Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on a new Neptunia game that will be coming this summer in Japan, as well Sister versus Sister being ported to the Switch. So surprisingly, I don't know why they did not do it before, but hey, better late than never. So first of all, I want to give my thoughts on Sisters versus Sister going to on the Switch. So you might say, well, how come they didn't do it before? Who knows? But finally they did. So as of right now, it's on the PS4, PS5, Steam, and then this August is going to be on the Switch. However, they did add a new feature that hopefully it'll be also in the other consoles, and that is that you get to play as Maho and Henri on the Switch version. So 2 new characters now, total of 12. But the question really is that are they going to also let you do that on the previous console, the PS4, PS5 on Switch? Hopefully, cross my finger as the DLC, but there's no announcement about it. But right now, they're just saying it looks like it might be a Switch exclusive. And if it is, that's kind of suck there. But we just have to wait and see in that one. But another one is that Idea Factory Compile Heart announced another Neptunia game coming this August. It's called Neptunia GameMaker Revolution. So this one, apparently a lot of people will kind of believe that it's sort of actually a spin-off in a different dimension. Unlike Sister vs. Sister, believe it or not, it is on the hyper dimension, but apparently the official said it is sort of a spin-off but takes place in the hyper dimension. So I guess a spin-off to a sequel? I don't know. But apparently Neptunia GameMaker Revolution is sort of an actual spin-off to a different dimension where there are actually 3 new goddesses. So for the long time in history, they finally introduced new CPU in the franchise. So the game basically sort of, the main character here is adult Neptune. So you know her from the Ultra Dimension. She went to the Mega Dimension. Her first debut was Mega Dimension Neptunia V2. So now she's sort of like the main character here, and apparently she's the CEO of a company. So my guess is a CEO for Sega or whatever parody it is. So the other question is, what are the new CPU goddesses that they introduced? First one is a 3DO. If you know what that is, it was made in the US, just like Xbox 360. And let's just say it was ahead of its time to some extent, the Panasonic 3DO. And then another one is the Jaguar. So the question for that one is, there's now a CPU for Jaguar. Is she related to Blueheart, who basically a CPU of Atari? Again, who knows? And then another one, I did not know what it is until someone basically mentioned it. And this one is a Apple Pippin. So I don't know what that is, but that's another one. And all 3 of them, their connection is that they're a system during the 16-bit era. Because if you know your history of video game, that's where they were released. The Jaguar, trying to compete with the Super Nintendo. Same goes with Panasonic, and it failed. I mean, it is what it is, what the history is. So, yeah, so 3 new CPU are coming for the Neptunia franchise. And this one also is going to come in August as well. So the question first, with Sister vs. Sister on the Switch, are they going to do a DLC for the other console? Just wait and see. Now, what about GameMaker Revolution? Are they going to localize it in the West? My theory is this. If they're going to add the English dub in place by the love of Neptunia, they should. It will be 2024. Chances are it could be either spring of 2024 all the way to summer of 2024. It depends on their situation. It depends on how many lines they have to record and if they have time to hire people. Again, it's just not like, hey, you dub this game as soon as possible. You gotta wait in line. I mean, like I said in a different video, I kind of mentioned why Tokyo Mirage FE wasn't dubbed from Nintendo. That the rumor was, Atlas said, yeah, we could do it, but you're gonna have to wait longer. And they said, no way. We're just gonna release it what it is. So, and again, another one is Persona 5 Strikers. The reason why it was a year later was released in the West, because they wanna put English dub. They had to take their time, which again, I have no problem with that. I know a lot of people don't like it. They'd rather have a worldwide release, but not every company do it. You know, I know it's a broken record, but it is what it is. So my theory is, this is probably going to be a 2024 release. I mean, look at what happened with Sister versus Sister. It came out like April of 2022, and then in the West it was January 2024. So yeah, sort of a 6 month-ish to some extent. So maybe longer. So I mean, at the least it's gonna be 6 months, but again, you never know what's gonna happen. So we'll just have to wait and see if they're gonna do an English dub, and if they don't, that's gonna suck. Because again, another thing probably is, and hopefully they learned their lesson from the controversy. Sister versus Sister is the ESRB situation. So like it's on a different video, it looks like somebody from Idea Factory International screwed up. They did not work well with the ESRB to a point that they had to modify it to cut costs, take that out. And also, a lot of people wondering, have they ever addressed that? I don't know if it's true or not. I heard it from other people in the internet. But there was in a stream that Rob Dissel said, mentioned sort of, but the answer was, unfortunately, we can't really talk about it. Again, I don't know if it's true or not. It could be false. I mean, another situation, someone said that, someone mentioned it on Discord, and it was the same situation. Like they said that they can't really discuss about it. Remember, there was a story about Dokapon when someone trying to ask Idea Factory helpline help support, and they just like decided to just close it. I mean, the rumor, whether you like it or not, it sucks, is that when it comes to politics, especially with censorship, they try not to talk about it because that's really like between the company and the ESRB. Or sometimes also like Sony, but you know, it is what it is. Like they're not allowed to disclose it. So that's what I heard. That's what I heard, that Rob Dissel mentioned that, yeah, we knew the story. I know you guys wondering, but we gotta talk about it. Like, they're not allowed to. Yeah, it sucked, but it is what it is. So there you go. It's gonna be like a wait and see if first they're gonna have that new DLC character for Sister versus Sister, and then second, our GameMaker Revolution, if that's gonna have an English. I mean, granted, it's gonna come out in the West, but no duh. But to have English dub and to be at least be good with the ESRB, that's a different story there. Anyway, those are my thoughts. With that, I'll see you guys later.